Hi everyone, Jessica Kabasi here. In today's video, I'm going to be editing and retouching this portrait. So grab a snack and let's see what happens. So before I begin with the portrait edit, this video was brought to you by Squarespace. From websites and online stores to marketing tools and analytics, Squarespace is the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful online presence and run your business. So I actually use Squarespace for my online store and my online portfolio. I really love it. It's super easy to use, and for me, I'm traveling a lot. I don't really have time to worry about, if a code isn't working or an image isn't showing up. On Squarespace, it's literally like a drag and drop process. You can change the template with just a couple of clicks. It's easy to customize. It really takes away the intimidation from creating a website and then maintaining it. They have a lot of amazing designer templates, great customer service. There's a chat. If you ever have any issues, there's someone that will help you through things. They have an all-in-one platform, so the hosting, domain, selling things, it can all be on one website, and they really make it easy. You never have to download plugins or patch things. So head to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you guys are ready, you can go to squarespace.com/Jessica to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or a domain. With that being said, let's get right into the video. I don't really have anything planned for this one. I'm just going to be seeing how this goes. No steps. I'm just going to be experimenting here. So we're going to freestyle this. And let's just say a prayer and hope this goes well. Okay. So first thing, and by the way, you guys, I'm not going to be explaining in detail what I'm doing. Like I said, I don't really have anything planned for this. I'm just going to see what comes out of it. Hopefully get something good. I'm starting in the camera calibration because I want to tweak the colors, and I really do love this window. I don't use it a lot. I use it in certain situations. So I just like to toggle back and forth, red primary, green, blue. It's so much fun, you guys. This is like the fun house of Photoshop. Those inflatable houses the bouncy houses? This is the equivalent of that in Photoshop. So, all right. But anyways, how's everyone's week been? Hopefully everyone's doing good. As for me, I've been playing a lot of Breath of the Wild. I really do love Nintendo Switch. I just wish they had more puzzle games, I guess. Someone out there is mowing their lawn or something. It's 5 o'clock, sweetie. Go watch Game of Thrones. Is that still on? I think that ended. I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but I really feel like I did. I really feel like I didn't even need to watch an episode because I just looked at everybody's statuses and stuff. I guess people were angry. I don't know. Don't post spoilers, you guys. I haven't watched it, and I have no plans, but I don't want to know what happens just in case in an alternate universe I decide to watch it. But I probably won't. Okay, so this is looking pretty good in camera raw. Maybe I'll just bump up the shadows just a little bit. I want to just decrease the highlights a little, and then what we're going to do is open this up in Photoshop. Alright guys, so we're in Photoshop, and I'm going to start retouching. I already added in the frequency separation layers by using an action, and I'm just going to go ahead and start with this. Retouching is kind of therapeutic for me. So I really like it. Depending on the picture though, some pictures I don't like retouching because they're really far away and it's really small details, and the brush is this tiny. It's a process. So I like editing and retouching certain pictures, but for retouching specifically, I love retouching portraits, closer up portraits, but not the beauty pictures, you guys. One thing I don't really like retouching are beauty macro shots. I tend to stay away from those. The shots that are a picture of the close-up of your eye, and you have to retouch, and because the skin detail shows, and you really have to professionally dodge and burn that, and I don't dodge and burn yet. So I just tend to stay away. It's like the danger zone for me. Zooming in too close, can't do it. So yeah, I guess it just kind of depends what I'm retouching. And if I'm more inspired by the photo, I tend to edit it a little bit. Like the edit tends to come out better. It's not like I purposely go out of my way to not retouch it nicely. I think when you're just passionate about something, it really shows in the photo, it shows in your retouching and editing. You just spend more time on it. And so yeah, that's why I like now I like to be more selective about who I'm working with, you know, makeup and hair and stuff like that, and the models especially, what projects I take on. But, you know, when I first started, I just kind of did a little bit of everything because I wanted to figure out what I was passionate about. So I did a lot of things, like I did engagements and weddings and senior pictures and all of that. But yeah, I just realized like my true passion is... Am I about to rhyme? Was I about to say my true passion is fashion? Oh my God. Oh gosh. So can we talk about Breath of the Wild for a second? Because you guys, I'm getting partial anxiety, but I'm also excited to play it. Does that even make sense? Like, there was one day where I didn't even want to like open up my Switch because there was a part of the game where I had to walk past these like 3 goblins. And they kept killing me. Like with one hit I would die, and so I would have to keep restarting. And so instead of trying to fight them, I just snuck past them. But like I hate like sneaking around and hiding, and people, you know what I mean, that trying to hide from people, that gives me anxiety, like in games. So I just ended up having to find the courage to just run away. I actually run away from a lot of them, but actually now this is turning into a very exciting conversation. Okay, great. So those are my thoughts on video games. I actually grew up playing video games and watching my brother play video games. My brother's a lot better than I am. If there's like a boss that I can't beat, I ask him, I'm like, can you just beat this guy for me? I mean, because technically I'm still playing the rest of the game. I'm just not... You don't need to play the bosses, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Just have somebody else do it. Like the shrines and all of that, that's the main bulk of the game. So I still feel as though like I could take the credit in saying, oh yeah, I finished Breath of the Wild, because like technically I did all of like the legwork, you know? My brother, he's there in an emergency situation, which happens very often. The emergencies happen at an alarming rate for me. But why? Because the goblin bosses, they kill you with one hit. At least give me 2 hits. Like, at least like let me get up and, you know, compose myself and then try one more time before I die. No, just 1 hit and you're done. And then you gotta restart the game and you gotta wait till it restarts again. And yeah, so that's the story. I don't even know why I said all that, but that's what I've been up to, actually. Just playing Breath of the Wild. It's a very well-made game. I am enjoying it. It's something I like to do other than photography, I guess. It's one of the other things that I love. But as far as photography goes, I'm trying to plan a trip back to LA to plan more shoots and everything, so we'll see what happens with that. I have a bunch of videos that I really want to film, and it's hard to film when I'm home in Michigan because I don't have a videographer, and all of my photographer friends are in LA, like most of them. So yeah, it's a little bit harder for me to plan things. It takes a lot more effort on my end. I mean, I don't mind doing it. It's a lot of fun, but it's just, imagine planning a trip, but then like a whole itinerary of like photo shoots and makeup and stuff like that. It can be daunting sometimes, especially if you're not up for it. Like, imagine being an event planner. That's what I am. But like I said before, this is what I'm passionate about. So, I mean, it's a lot of work to plan these things, but I really do enjoy them, and I'm like really grateful that I'm even able to be able to do these things. So, you know, so to have the opportunity to go to LA and, you know, pursue my passion, work with these amazing models and agencies. Like I will never forget, you know, where I came from, and yeah, how I started, because I started with literally nothing. And now I'm able to pay for everything I have on my own, and that's how it's always been. So I'm really proud of myself for that. So yeah, well, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Is that what people say? Is that the joke? I guess. That's a pretty good way of ending the retouching portion, because I'm coming to a close here. It looks like I'm pretty wrapped up. And there's a couple of areas here I do want to fix. And, you know, back to the retouching, you know, talking about retouching, dodging and burning is really more professional, I guess, but at the same time it's just a lot more to learn, and I still feel like I get good results with frequency separation. So I get asked a lot about dodge and burn, and, you know, have I learned it, and would I recommend that over frequency separation? And all I really have to say to that is, if frequency separation is working for you, then that's great. You don't necessarily have to go out and learn dodge and burn, although dodge and burn is a very good technique. Like I said, it is, you know, a lot more professional, especially if you are doing like beauty macro stuff. If you're doing close-up portraits and everything, it is useful to know. But like, would I say if you're starting out you'd need to know it? No, you would be just fine using frequency separation to kind of just carry you through. And then if you do want to, you know, invest time in learning dodge and burn, that's great. I say, you know, I wouldn't try to learn something that I don't think I'm going to use most of the time. And for some reason, I just didn't care that much about learning it. Like, straight up, maybe I just didn't care enough at the time. Maybe I'll care more later on in my life. Let's just say that. But right now, frequency separation is working for me. In the future, I definitely do want to learn dodge and burn, but right now, for the photography that I do, this is pretty good. So I think that the retouching is almost complete. I do want to just take care of these little specks right here. And one thing I also want to do is brighten up her eyes. I see a lot of people doing this. It looks nice in certain situations, but also people just kind of overdo it sometimes, in my opinion. Let's see. So you just make a curves layer. You bump up one of the points, and you make a mask. And then you just kind of go over the eye area, so that basically the curves layer only affects the mask, the area that you're masking. You know, it just comes to a point where sometimes people are like, do something like this, and it just looks too much. But listen, you guys, if that's the photography that you like, honestly, go for it. Do your thing. Like, I support you. Art, if that's your art, then that's great. Everyone has their own certain style. So I know some people are always asking for my opinion on other photographers, like, over editing their pictures, and quite honestly, I just always say, like, I mean, if that's their style, if that's what they like to do, like, who am I to tell them not to do that? You know what I mean? Everyone has their own different style, and I'm not here to be like the photography police. Some people may say this is not edited enough, and, you know, everyone's different. So instead of like policing everybody, I just kind of like, do your own thing and be nice about it. That's it. So let's bring this curves layer up. Honestly, Photoshop has kind of been annoying me lately. They keep making these little changes, and it's kind of to the point where, okay, I get you're trying to refine it and make this better, but you're actually making it worse. Like, the text tool is really annoying. When you pull up the text tool, it shows like all of the fonts. And it's like, I don't want that though. No one asked you to be here. Like, it just pops up unannounced. Jessica's rants. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, I appreciate them trying to make the application easier to use and more streamlined with all the other Adobe applications, but sometimes, no, guys, this ain't it. Let's do some selective color. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Look at that texture in her face. Like, almost didn't even have the words to say. So this is really nice, but it's a little bit much. So what I'm going to do is just create a mask on there. And with a low opacity brush, you can just kind of go over the areas that you want to be affected, I guess. I just paint in the entire picture and it just defeats the purpose of the, yeah. Am I ruining this yet? Not yet. Okay. A little much, but that's okay. I want to just change up that background. Got to pop out those greens a little bit, right? Playing with the greens is like Minesweeper. Like, are we gonna get something? Who knows? Or is it gonna just be a terrible time? That's kind of nice. Like, it makes it a lot warmer. Ooh, this is nice. How did I do that? Wow. Great. Good tutorial here. We're learning so much on this channel. Okay. Toggling back and forth. And honestly, I mean, that's usually what I do when I edit. I just kind of, well, I already kind of know what each adjustment layer does. I just experiment a little bit more with it. Luminosity is one of my favorite things to play with. Why did I just get quiet when I'm like, wow, it's getting real in here. You never know what is going to happen in Photoshop. That's why you have to kind of toggle through everything. Like, unknowingly just like step into like a field and see what, you know what I mean? Figure it out. Okay. Yeah, let's just keep that layer. Photo filter. Ooh, that's kind of nice. I feel like I over edited this already, like it looks way too much already, but you know, that's what I'm going for. That's the look today. Let's just title this as, you know, the over edited look, which I kind of like. I'm living for, look at it. This is cute. But what I do want is to just soften it a tiny bit. So maybe using exposure we can accomplish this. Or maybe it'll make it worse. Yeah, just like a tiny, like 0.001, you know? The game of Photoshop. Okay, here we go. I think I made that even worse. Okay. Like, we want a little bit of offset. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to lower the opacity. Okay, that is looking good. And what else? I do want to kind of change up the color of the leaves. So let's see if we can do that in selective color. Let's see what we can do in here. Is it going to allow me to do that? Nope. Okay, sometimes it literally does nothing. Like, you're over there, like, toggling for hours, like, getting carpal tunnel, and it does nothing. So, this is but that's kind of nice, adding a little bit to the cyan. Let's see. Ooh, that's kind of mysterious, right? No? She looks like she's off to like a battle or something, like she has a sword in her hand. This is Breath of the Wild, a portrait tutorial. Okay. I'm not really a huge fan of first-person shooter video games. It just gives me anxiety when people are like charging at me with weapons. Even though it's just a video game, it gives me anxiety. So I just get flustered and then I just start pressing random buttons instead of actually being strategic and like jumping at the right time and dodging attacks and stuff. I just press the attack button. I just keep attacking people and hope that they just die. So I'm not really a strategic video gamer when I'm playing like Breath of the Wild or really anything else. I just kind of like hold my breath and just hope that they have like a half a heart and one hit, maybe like a little slap and they're dead, you know? But usually I end up dying after one hit. So that's why my brother helps me sometimes. Or I'll just watch a walkthrough. If I'm like wandering around aimlessly on a map, I'll just literally have to watch a walkthrough. Because otherwise, I'm not getting anywhere. Like, no one's being saved. Princess Zelda's going to be there waiting on me. She's going to get annoyed. She's going to be like, who sent this girl out of everybody on Earth, Jessica, to play this? Damn. She's over there, like, she's going to call an Uber because this Hyrule is in flames because of me, because I'm taking so long. Because I had to make a pit stop somewhere. And I couldn't run my way out, so that's the story of me in video games, basically. This whole video, portrait tutorial, but also video games. And one of the last things I think I want to do with this is maybe, like, what more can we do to this, you guys? Let's really think about this. Maybe levels. Like, let's go the extra mile here. What can we do? How much more can we add? That just ruined the whole thing. Okay. Okay. Yeah, what did I just do? That looked good. Okay. I just wanted to add a couple more adjustments to make the photo pop out a little bit more. So I made another selective color layer and I'm just tweaking everything from there. From the neutrals, we're going to go to the blacks and I'm going to just pop in some more colors here. We're trying to go a little bit above and beyond here. So just adding in some extra colors here. And anything else? You know what? I do want to add a gradient map. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So let's just drag this to the bottom. Dragging it to the bottom, setting it to luminosity, and if you just bump up the opacity, you can see what that does. So I think around 6% is pretty good. As you can see, it just makes it a lot softer. And then we have our selective color layer that I just added. I think it ties it in nicely. Let's see if I just add one more curves layer. Am I going to ruin this? Okay, I think that looks okay. Okay, this is fine. I'm going to stop adding layers because I'll be here all day. But this is the before and this is after. And let me show you guys a full before and after. So this is after camera raw, this is after retouching, and this is with the coloring that I just added. So I really hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you guys think of the final product. And as always, I would love to thank you guys so much for watching.